Hello and welcome to today's TNT, and today's program is brought to you by the number 19. 19, a magical and mysterious number. And by the way, I'm coming to you from Chip Fair Lele, which is the cafe which we often broadcast from, especially when we're doing Grumpy Old Men, which we do on Sundays. Now, a bit more about 19. Well, according to Mr. Google, the number 19 holds significance in various contexts, including spirituality, numerology, and religious texts. It often represents new beginnings, personal growth, and spiritual enlightenment, while also being associated with concepts like competition, faith, and hope. Well, the Thai government certainly hopes so. It's all about tariffs. Let's check the news. And we'll check in with Nation Thailand on their Facebook page, which says that Thailand has successfully negotiated a reciprocal tariff agreement. We'll check out that word in just a moment, with the US, resulting in a substantial reduction in import duties on Thai goods from 36 to 19%. Now, that 36% tariff was threatened back at the start of April, never applied, but now it's been negotiated down to apparently 19%. The government spokesman said this breakthrough deal reflects a major success for Team Thailand in securing a win-win outcome that safeguards our export base and supports long-term economic stability. It also highlights Thailand's capability to assert itself in global trade amid shifting international trade policies. So let's check the other countries in ASEAN, with Laos and Myanmar at the top of the leaderboard with a 40% tariff, Brunei 25%, then all the other countries 19 and 20%. How the US administration has come up with these exact numbers seems completely arbitrary, but we go to the Bangkok Post. Trump sets 19% tariff on Thailand, Cambodia after peace deal. The headline on Thai PBS World: Trump sets 19% tariff on Thailand, Cambodia after ceasefire deal. And Nation Thailand reporting that the Thai Chamber of Commerce praises 19% US tax deal, urges government to prepare for impact. So no new information on those first two articles. Let's check with the Thai Chamber of Commerce. And the chairman of the Thai Chamber of Commerce expressed high praise for Team Thailand for successfully reaching a 19% reciprocal tariff. And further down there, he's quoted as saying the Thai Chamber of Commerce believes that while the tariff rate is higher than before, Thailand can still compete effectively in the region with a rate close to that of other ASEAN countries. And he emphasised the need for closely monitoring the transshipment rate set by the US at 40% for all countries, as well as preparations to manage imports from the US. Well, there's two issues there. Firstly is the issue of countries, for example, like China, using Vietnam and Thailand as a place to send their goods before they're sent off to the US, therefore avoiding the high tariffs on Chinese goods. Exactly how they're going to monitor that, I have no idea. And the other part, of course, is the expected increase in imported goods coming in from the US. Exactly what they might be, well, we have no idea at the moment. And he said that we're confident that further negotiations will allow for adjustment to the conditions in the future, and we hope Team Thailand continues its work in this role for the benefit of Thailand's business sector. And the key point here with all these tariff arrangements is that these are just tentative agreements. They're handshakes. There's nothing contracted, there's nothing signed, and there's a lot of water to go under the bridge before anything starts happening. So we go to this article, very well written, and it covers a lot of different perspectives. It's from the BBC. I'll put a link in the description so you can check out this full article in detail later. And the headline: Shock, Chaos and a Hollow Win Chasing a Tariff Deal with Trump. It's been written by Jonathan Head, the Southeast Asian correspondent. A lot of details in here. I'll just cover the main points. When US President Donald Trump made his dramatic tariff announcement on 2nd of April, nowhere was the shock greater than in Southeast Asia, a region whose entire worldview and economic model is built on exports. And the levies went as high as 49% on some countries. So compared to those announcements on April the 2nd, 19% seems somewhat of a win. And then further down there, the negotiations went down to the wire, finalised just 2 days before the deadline Trump had set on the 1st of August. It's been a fraught process getting there, and there's still very little detail about exactly what has been agreed. The 10 countries in ASEAN exported some $477 billion worth of goods to the US in 2024. Vietnam is by far the most exposed economy. Its exports to the US totaling $137 billion, making up about 30% of its GDP. So it was no surprise then that the Vietnamese government was first off the block to negotiate with the US. And according to the US president, the deal cuts the Vietnamese tariff to 20%. And tellingly, the Vietnamese leadership has said nothing about the deal. Nothing. Zilch. Zip. There are no details, no written or signed documents, and some reports suggest Vietnam does not agree with Trump's numbers, but they set the bar for other countries in the region. And in Thailand, it's presumed that agribusiness giants like CP have also been lobbying against US demands to open up other sectors like poultry and corn. There have been fractious meetings between the trade team and cabinet ministers after every round of tariff talks in Washington, according to the BBC. And just a few other selective paragraphs. For the moment, very few of these details have been revealed, and despite President Trump claiming he's got 0% tariffs for US goods coming into the Philippines and Indonesia, both those countries have said this is not correct and that much still needs to be negotiated. And they will worry about how to make the deal work later as the details are worked out, which typically takes years. And in that they're far from alone. Rich and developing economies alike are scrambling to keep up with Trump's mercurial tariff policy. And I'll put a link in the description of this video for that BBC story by Jonathan Head. Some good examples by Thai exporters who may or may not be affected. Exactly how this is going to wash out for Thailand when things are eventually negotiated and signed, and that could take months or years, well, we simply don't know as yet. And the same exists for all the other countries. I mean, the Europeans have already said we haven't agreed to anything that was claimed during that meeting between the EU and Donald Trump at his Scottish golf course earlier this week. So just a lot of question marks over all these tariff deals. Thailand, of course, facing 19%, which will have a significant impact depending on what is finally negotiated. And it seems that the agribusiness could be the part of the economy particularly affected. But we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll continue to try and provide some analysis as things sort of start to wash down through the system. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.